440-4447 or log on to beacon.co.tt for more information.
Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, the 3rd of August, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, the Royal Grenada Police Force prepared to work with citizens as the nation anticipates another Olympic gold medal on Thursday. St. Patrick West MP urges constituents to ensure no Jab Fest 2020 repeat. The Grenada Movement becomes Grenada's newest political party. Opposition leader Tobias Clement analyzes the national address delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. And in Around the Globe, widow of Haiti's assassinated Prime Minister announces her bid for elections. And coronavirus Delta variant pushing China's Wuhan city to test all residents. Coming up in sports, Grenada's Melanie Rodney bows out of the Olympics, while world javelin champion Anderson Peters and decathlete Lyndon Victor are set to take the stage. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's news at 7. While some level of celebration is expected on Thursday, as many predict another gold for Grenada in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, members of the RGPF are saying that all COVID-19 protocols are still in effect. Rena Pear-Thomas tells us more.
As Grenadians wait patiently to cheer on athlete Kirani James at the finals of the 2020 Olympic 400-meter race on Thursday, the Royal Grenada Police Force already anticipates that many will use the opportunity to have mass gatherings and carnival-like activities if James brings home gold for the second time. Superintendent Vanny Cohen says that he understands the level of patriotism that many will express during that time, but stated that there are some proactive measures that will be put in place for all COVID-19 violations.
We are expecting Grenada to go into a frenzy. We're expecting there are going to be, sporadic celebrations, not only in Guam, but throughout the length and breadth of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. This morning in one of our meetings, we have discussed what our response is going to be. While we are going to allow, and we should allow, some form of celebration, people have to be mindful of the era that we are in. We are still under COVID-19 regulations, and so illegal gatherings in excess of 20 persons are still illegal. Masks in public are something that still need to be worn.
The officer said while celebration is expected, gatherings of over 20 people are still illegal.
As Commissioner indicated this morning, there are three phrases that we are guided by during this period: forbearance, restraint, and professionalism. So we're going to allow for some forbearance and some restraint, and we are going to be professional in the way we are going to, approach what is going to happen. But we do have a plan, and bet we're going to execute that plan if we're asked to do that. We have not been forceful over the last couple of weeks and months. We thought it's best to engage. We have engaged. We work with our communities to be able to prevent and minimize some of the jab and carnival-like activities that we have seen over the last couple of weeks.
Cowen reminded Grenadians that they should be mindful of the present state of the country and its battle against COVID-19, despite wanting to celebrate.
So I want to use the occasion to urge Grenadians. There might be a reason to celebrate on Thursday morning, but it should be a measured response to that celebration, bearing in mind that we are not out of the woods. We're still under emergency powers, and we have to take all the necessary precautions to keep ourselves and our family safe. So if you choose to go to the street to celebrate on Thursday, bear that in mind, that it is still the law that we should not gather illegally in excess of 20. We should still wear a mask in public, and we should ask for permission to do whatever activities that we need to do in excess of 20 persons.
The top cop was speaking at a media briefing on Tuesday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Better than the previous weeks. That is how Superintendent Vannie Kerwin described the Emancipation Weekend regarding issues faced by members of the Royal Grenada Police Force when policing the island of Grenada. He spoke to the media to give an overall view of the weekend's activity. We have Rena Pear-Thomas again to tell us more.
With the expectation of unauthorized events and mass gatherings, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force were able to police and shut down several activities across the island. That includes events in the St. George's area which exceeded over 300 people, a number that was not permitted by the RGPF. Additionally, over 60 tickets were issued to violators of the island-wide curfew and other COVID-19 protocols. Head of the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, Superintendent Vannie Kerwin, gave an overview of the Emancipation Weekend.
There was an activity in Woburn that permission was granted for. However, that event became too large and it exceeded the number of persons that should have been at the event, and as such, law enforcement has had to shut that event down. There was also an illegal activity at Annadale, and by illegal I mean permission was not sought and permission was not granted for that activity. It was an activity that saw in excess of 300 persons. Again, law enforcement has had to shut that event down, or that activity down, without incident. There were 63 tickets that were issued for COVID-related incidents. In St. George's, there were 29. There were a number of traffic tickets that was issued for traffic violations across the country over this weekend as well.
The officers were also faced with small pockets of jab activities in the area of Sobeys and in St. Patrick. The ranking officer stated that in other parts of the island, officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force were present.
We have seen gatherings at Batway and Longwall. It is on holiday. It was on holiday yesterday, and as usual during those holiday periods, people use the facilities that are available to them to recreate and so forth. And Longwall and Batway have had some people yesterday. It was very manageable. They were very compliant with the COVID regulations. We have had no challenges from those two locations, and I want to take the opportunity to thank those who chose to come out yesterday, but who did so recognizing the fact that there is a need to be safe, and they have kept themselves safe and provided no significant challenges to law enforcement.
Kerwin also spoke of an incident which resulted into an officer having to nurse injuries.
Unfortunate for us, though, this weekend we have seen one police officer who was hurt by someone who were engaged in the reveling, in the mass playing, in the jab, and he was just trying to enforce the law when he was attacked. And last night he had to be rushed to the hospital. He's currently on sick leave and he's recovering, and we hope that the prognosis for him is going to continue to be good. The perpetrator in this incident is not yet in custody. He's being sought as I speak, and we're hoping that by the end of the day we will be able to have him in custody.
The superintendent thanked the public for their continued support and cooperation with the Royal Grenada Police Force. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear-Thomas reporting.
Carnival 2021, like Carnival 2020, has been cancelled. However, last year, on the days on which the holiday is celebrated, there were displays of rebellion across the nation. This year, as the days that would usually be Carnival Monday and Tuesday approach, Parliamentary Representative of St. Patrick West, Anthony Boson, has a message for the people of his constituency. Trelawna Charles has the details.
Mr. Speaker, something went wrong yesterday in St. Patrick. And working together as citizens of St. Patrick, Mr. Speaker, we will seek to exorcise whatever demon came into us in St. Patrick yesterday. Mr. Speaker, we better than that.
Words of Parliamentary Representative for St. Patrick West, Anthony Boson, during Parliament in August 2020, as he spoke of the display of Jab Jab in the tongue of Sautez on Carnival Tuesday, despite government's cancellation of Carnival amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. In an exclusive interview with GBN, he clarified his statement, which he said was misunderstood by many.
I said I saw certain pattern of behavior that's Tuesday morning, and I can't believe that is St. Patrick people. I say we were better than that. I said the behavior I saw, it was though some demon invaded St. Patrick. That's exactly what I said. That is far different from saying you're a demon. Not saying that, because that behavior to me was really out of context. It was not representative of St. Patrick at all, or the people of St. Patrick, and I made that clear.
He urged the people of St. Patrick, and by extension Grenada, to ensure there is no repeat of the defiance displayed last year.
Please abide by the law. No carnival activity, and there should be no carnival activity. Let us show the rest of the world that we are a civilized nation. Other countries in the region have cancelled carnival, and I have not seen or heard of any such defiance. None. Tell me which country. Barbados, St. Vincent, they all cancelled carnival. But I have not seen anyone jumping in the street, any mass ban in the street saying, well, we want we carnival, we play with mass. Regardless, why is it only in Grenada?
Minister Boson, giving his personal opinion, said if carnival is cancelled, he believes all carnival-like activities should be cancelled with no exceptions given for vaccinated events.
Once a decision is taken to cancel carnival celebration, I believe there should be no carnival or carnival-like activity. That is I don't care whether you vaccinated or not. Because in the law, I did not see anything that says that we cancel carnival celebration, but people, except for people who have been vaccinated. I didn't see that in the law. We cancel.
Minister Boson said discipline is necessary to increase the overall production of Grenada and positively affect the country's economy. Something he said is needed at this time as the country aims to progress after the effects of the pandemic. Trelawna Charles, GBN News.
The Royal Grenada Police Force continues to battle with the illegal entry of immigrants in the state of Grenada. Once again, the numbers continue to soar as ranking officer within the RGPF tells us of 3 additional entry violations. Anika Alexander tells us more.
2 Vincentian women and a Nigerian man have been taken into custody for not entering Grenada from a recognized port of entry and having improper documentation from the relevant immigration authorities. The Nigerian has also been linked to drug and money laundering. Superintendent Vanny Cohen, head of the Community Relations Department, indicated that these individuals will be charged and taken to court.
We have had a number of illegal immigrants, again, entering Grenada without permission from our immigration officers or without coming through, a recognized port of entry. We have had 2 Vincentian females who are currently in custody, and we have had a Nigerian who is linked to drug-related charges and money laundering. These individuals are being processed as we speak, and by the end of the day, charges are definitely going to be laid, and they will perhaps be taken to court tomorrow or perhaps the day after.
Superintendent Cohen encouraged citizens to be more vigilant and to adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. In 2021, over 18 persons have been arrested and charged for illegally entering the country. Most recently, 3 female Vincentians, Kasani Bob, Love Carlis, and a minor were deported back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Reporting for GBN News, Anaika Alexander, trainee reporter.
This is news at 7. Coming up, police detain 2 as they report breakthrough in gas stations and shop robberies. And opposition leader Tobias Clement analyzes the national address delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. Stay with us.
Anderson Peters is the world champion. His winning throw 86 meters and 89 centimeters.
The Grenadian. Isn't he? See some heavy strapping there on his knees, and that one comes.
What a story this would be for the Caribbean island of Grenada.
The Grenadan fans salute their hero. Peters, the 21-year-old, could launch this with everything he's got, knowing he's already won the title.
And it's a decent throw. That's one of the furthest that we've seen this evening.
What a performance for the 21-year-old.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low? For one, we size our transformers just for what we need, and we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LED. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
How do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
Grenelec, energizing our Grenada.
Is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenelec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Anderson Peters is the world champion. His winning throw 86 meters and 89 centimeters.
The Grenadian. Oh, he's so powerful, isn't he? See some heavy strapping there on his knees, and that one comes.
What a story this would be for the Caribbean island of Grenada.
The Grenadan fans salute their hero. Peters, the 21-year-old, could launch this with everything he's got, knowing he's already won the title.
And it's a decent throw. That's one of the furthest that we've seen this evening.
What a performance for the 21-year-old.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Members of the Royal Grenada Police Force say they made a breakthrough into several robberies that happened throughout the mainland, where perpetrators targeted several gas stations and shops. According to Superintendent Vanny Cohen, head of the Community Relations Department of the RGPF, at present, 2 individuals have been arrested for one incident in St. Patrick and are assisting with the investigation of prior incidents.
We have had a shop that was robbed in St. Patrick's of $1,830.10. Fortunate for us, this weekend we were able to arrest one Anderson Thomas and his younger brother for that robbery. They're also linked to a number of robberies that we have had over the last couple of weeks. One at the Victoria gas station, the Melville Street gas station, Penn Motor gas station, and the Tivoli gas station. A number of persons are in custody as I speak, assisting with these investigations, and we are hoping that as the week progresses, we will be able to charge a few people for those robberies. This is a significant breakthrough for us, and so this weekend has been, a very good one for law enforcement in this regard.
Cohen said the incidents were recorded over a period of time. He also made mention of a separate incident where officers were able to confiscate 2 illegal firearms off the street.
We are close to believing that the same set of people are responsible for all of these robberies, and that, as I indicated, by the end of the day we should be able to put the final curtains down on making arrests in these robberies and bringing these people to justice at some stage. We were fortunate enough to have taken 2 illegal firearms off the street. One at Goa, which is a .380 with 6 rounds of ammunition. Someone is arrested for that offense. And also a 9mm with 2 rounds of ammunition that was found at Lapo Tree. We are currently investigating the circumstances of this firearm that were found. Hopefully we will be able to charge someone for this offense later this week.
We are not anti-vax, we are anti-forced vax. That was the message being shared by the unvaccinated workers from the St. George's University and Sandals Grenada, who staged a peaceful demonstration in the town of Grenville on Saturday. GBN's Jared Joseph spoke to one of the leading figures in the fight against forced vaccination.
Make sense of what is happening, said SGO employee Roger Mason, as he urged Grenadians to be wise while questioning the agenda of the powers that be.
At this point, we have to ask ourselves, is this even about health? Because I'm asking, why doesn't the Prime Minister make it mandatory for the whole country? If it is about health and the country is in danger of this virus, why are you only hiding behind the private sector and pushing them to victimize people and put people out of the bread and butter?
Mason said since COVID-19 is a national issue, then governments should mandate vaccination for the public service as well as the entire country. Make it make sense was the cry.
We're asking people to stand up. I see this as an attack on the rights and freedom of our people, and we need to stand up now, or it is my fear that we're going to lose our rights and freedoms. You understand? This is the time now. Everything is before you. Wake up, my people. Wake up and take a stand. If not for you, for your children and for your children's children.
He had a number of questions for the Prime Minister following the national address last week.
Come out and speak to your people. Be honest with your people. What is this vaccination about? What is it really about? Is it about health? If it is about my health, your health, and the health of the nation, don't we have a choice in the matter? A choice in what goes into our bodies? If you look at the way they're administrating this thing, there's no choice. It is take this vaccine or else. There's no option in this. There's no dialogue.
Mason reiterated the call for mandatory nationwide vaccination rather than forced vaccination via the private sector.
The fact that he has not done that means that it is not a real issue. It is not a national issue. The fact that you have the option now of who you push to take vaccine and then you just encourage the others. You have people being put out of their jobs. People are starving outside here because they're fired from SGU and Sandals Hotel and other places. You understand? So if you're pushing these companies to do that because they have a right to do that, why aren't you making it mandatory for the nation, the whole nation, private and public sector, to be vaccinated?
I am Gerald Joseph for GBN News.
COVID-19, a stimulus package, and unauthorized festivities are among the highlights of a national address delivered by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell last Thursday. Tonight, we're joined by opposition leader Mr. Tobias Clement as our analyst. Welcome, and thank you for being our guest tonight, sir.
Thank you for having me, and a pleasant night to all your viewers, all of Grenada, Carriacou, and Titimartinique.
Now, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell said last year there will not be another stimulus package after carnival-like activities. It's just about that time of year again, and we do have another package to roll out. What is your opinion on the $36 million stimulus package and the target areas listed to benefit from it?
Well, I have always admonished the government to, for instance, we talk about a stimulus package now, but you must go back to the budget presentation. When I said to them last year that the budget should be a COVID-19 budget for 2021, it was almost laughable because I said in that budget, at least $150 million should go in for COVID-19 related issues in Grenada. No, but what they did, they projected a 6% growth in the economy. And to me, that was laughable. And it is still laughable because even now, for this year, to say that you're putting in $36 million as a stimulus package, I can ask the question, have you seen the price of gas? Are you understanding what the Grenadian people, the plight of the Grenadian people are going through? I can also ask the question, what now is the rate of poverty in our country? How many people have fallen behind in every aspect? Their family life, their mortgage, their social life, everything has suffered. And to come with a $36 million package, well, it's a little, maybe I advocate that it should have been started a long time ago. And if it's just for the year for $36 million, that is not near enough. But again, maybe I can say the government now are just trying to catch themselves. But is it too little, too late? We're going to take everything that we can get now from them. But in my mind, I have listened to the Grenadian people. They respond to the presentation. And I think they have lost the Grenadian people somewhere along the line. And in my mind, I do not know who is advising the Prime Minister, but there comes a point in time in all your deliberations when you know, and you should say, my time has come, and maybe it has come and gone. So, I mean, he could come now with the best package in the world, and the Grenadian people are not even paying attention again to it. It's like just recycled from yesterday.
And shifting gears a bit, Mr. Clement, the Prime Minister said he has seen a disturbing trend in recent weeks, one that can only be described as a growing culture of defiance and increasing tendency towards lawlessness. That's regarding unauthorized carnival-like activities on the weekends. Now, this weekend, scores of Grenadians put on a brazen show of defiance. I won't repeat some of the chants heard, but what's your take on the mood of the people?
Well, the thing about it, I look at it and I feel, I was sent some of the videos and yes, I see the defiance. And I am not gloating over it. I am not happy about it. But when you are in an office and the whole of the office and the office itself is disrespected to the highest degree. I have been around the Prime Minister for 30 plus years before my resignation. And this is the first time in the last 2 years that I have seen the level of defiance and disrespect for Dr. Mitchell as Prime Minister and as the office of the Prime Minister itself. And I would never go down that road of disrespecting the man or the holder of the office. But if that is what the general population and a lot of Grenadians has come to, it means, therefore, he has lost the respect of even supporters from his own constituency. When you see and you feel stuff like that, and I do not know the 1976 or before, but people that I've spoken to refer to the disrespect that was shown to Eric Machageri during those times. And if the level is the same or more, then you that hold that office, you should start thinking and calculating, maybe I have spent my time.
And with that, we thank tonight's analyst opposition leader, Mr. Tobias Clement. Thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me, and bless you. Bless the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you. Still ahead, the Grenada movement becomes Grenada's newest political party. This is News at 7.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Grenada Movement, TGM, as a non-governmental organization, has ceased to exist as the organization officially transitioned into a political party on Monday. Dr. Patrick Antoine, leader designate of TGM, strongly likened the launch of the political party to what occurred in 1838 with the abolition of slavery and what is celebrated annually as Emancipation Day. The seeds of freedom and independent expression, he said, are again being fertilized with the launch of TGM as a political party. Jared Joseph has that story.
The transition of the Grenada movement to a political party on Emancipation Day was indeed no coincidence. The establishment of TGM outlines a path to unleash the pent-up desires of Grenadians for the expression of their rights and freedoms, inclusive of their political will. So said leader-designate Dr. Patrick Antoine, who noted that our ancestors confronted slavery and challenged colonialism to bring about universal adult suffrage.
And with it, the rights for all Grenadians to vote in general elections for the first time in 1951. A confident and united Grenadian people did that.
To commemorate emancipation, TGM's leader-designate said, "It is time to reflect on the ultimate task, which is the promotion and protection of our democracy and our Grenadian values and way of life." Pointing to the statistics at the Electoral Office, Dr. Antoine impressed on what he dubbed a major concern: the number of non-voters steadily increasing over the last 3 election cycles.
Many people simply do not believe that participating in elections or supporting political parties will make any difference to their lives. But at this time of emancipation, I urge you to spare a moment to honor those who fought and died for the right to vote. A right that some of us now take for granted, but a right that we did not always have.
He urged Grenadians to express their solemn right to vote.
And I want you to exercise that right whenever the time comes around again. It is your solemn right to vote. So I want you to stand up and be counted.
Dr. Antoine stated that democracy must be observed and practiced to the fullest. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelana Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. During the Prime Minister's address on Thursday, he mentioned a massive debushing program where over $14 million will be allocated for the next 5 to 6 months.
And therefore, over the next 10 fortnights, close to Christmas time, up to Christmas time, more than 3,000 Grenadians will be dispatched to assigned areas across the country to trim overhanging branches and clear roadsides and drains. These workers will be divided into 7-member crews, which will be monitored by a group of over 128 supervisors, each of whom will be assigned 3 crews.
Our online audience gave their opinions. Dolly commented, "Why not let the prisoners do the debushing? They're sitting on the hill getting fat, and find proper employment for us. Breadfruit, mangoes, and wax apple are rotting all over the country. Why not open a factory?" Jojo added, "So all those people you let lose their work in SGU and those other places like hotels and so on, you want them to come and work in the roads under the debushing program? That can't feed a family, pay all those high prices in bills, and buy food." Another individual asked, "You took away the school book program from the nation's children, and now you're giving those who are leaving school and their parents debushing work for a few weeks?" Rodriguez commented, "It's amazing that after neglecting the maintenance of drains, roadside bushes, and overhanging branches for months upon months, a program is created and now labeled as a stimulus package. While the grass was growing, the horse was starving. So feed the horse now, it will gobble the grass and forget it was starving. How unconscionable some people can be." And Shirin commented, 3,000 debushers and 128 supervisors? Okay, so after December 31st, what will happen with those 3,000 debushers and supervisors? There is more need for permanent jobs. That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, let's take a peek through the GBN I Saw lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN Eyesore submission features a kid in a cashew nut tree. You do know that a kid is a young goat, right? Just like people will leave their home and go to purchase fast food, so too the kid decided the leaves up in the tree is much better. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Goats are really skilled. It's amazing to see them at the edge of a cliff as well. Stay with us. Weather and sports up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
For your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Fallage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Breathe, it's okay. Take a moment, but don't delay. Inspired to be great. Don't be afraid, no reason to be afraid. Inspired by your pain. You might fail, but try again, try again.
Cooperative Bank Limited, supporting Team Grenada, 473, Tokyo.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Let's look at the weather. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius, so a bit warm. Weather mostly fair with a low chance of few brief showers during partly cloudy spells. Today was quite warm as well. Hot, more so, not just warm. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 5 to 15 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas slight with waves near 3 feet in open waters. There are no warnings at this time. However, tides are high at 11:30 p.m. On Wednesday, sun will rise at 5 minutes to 6. Mostly fair at first, becoming partly cloudy by midday with a medium chance of some light isolated showers. On Thursday, partly cloudy and hazy with some light morning and nighttime showers. Hopefully that cools us down a bit. And on Friday, mostly fair and hazy with a low chance of a few nighttime showers. That's it for your weather forecast on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. The nation now turns its attention to witness world javelin champion Anderson Peters and decathlete Lyndon Victor compete in their respective events. Onto the field we go tonight at 9:35 p.m. as Anderson Peters makes his Olympic debut in javelin Group B. Lyndon Victor, the 2018 Commonwealth Games gold medalist and one of the top decathletes in the world, begins his quest at 8 p.m. tonight. Meanwhile, Grenada's Melanie Rodney had a premature end to her prospects at the Olympics. Grenada's lone female athlete pulled up midway in her 400 meters heat in Tokyo, Japan, failing to move on to the next round. According to a statement released by the Grenada Olympic Committee, she felt pain halfway through the race and had to withdraw as a result.
Rodney of Grenada already up onto the shoulder of Bojnak, the Jordanian. Just watching the American, pretty steady at the moment with Hayes just tracking to Vitt outside her. Azevedo going well. She's now moved ahead of the athletes in 8 and 9, and in fact Rodney of Grenada has pulled up, so clearly had an injury.
But even a relaxed 400 is still a hard 400, right? There's pain involved in this event. I don't care how relaxed you look or how easily and comfortably you feel like you've gotten through. There's some burn.
I think that's what we're talking about with Fred Curley, isn't it? Do you want to run the 100 or the 200, or would you like to run the one lapper?
GBN continues to bring live coverage of the Tokyo Olympic Games. Moving on to football, Paradise FC International remains atop the GFA Premier League table following an emphatic victory over the weekend. Paradise FCI put 4 goals into the net of Shantimel FC, while their closest rivals, Hurricanes SC, defeated Queen's Park Rangers 2-0. Both clubs are on 25 points. However, Paradise leads on goal difference. Hard Rock FC moved further away from FC Camahan following a 2-0 victory over Sab Spartans SC. FC Camahan drew 2-2 with St. John Sports, while the Montridge SC Eagles Super Strikers matchup also ended by that same margin. Meanwhile, the finalists are set for the 7 vs 7 GFA Women's League final on Saturday. Boca Juniors clinched their spot in the final scheduled for the Kirani James Athletic Stadium following a landslide victory over FC Camahan. Monique George was the star of the match, converting 5 goals with Shantan Charles and Crystal Julian also scoring hat-tricks. The match ended 14-3 in favor of Boca Juniors. The month-long wait is now over for Paradise FCIA, who now will take on Boca Juniors in the finals. The matchup between Halifax FC and Sab Spartans SC ended in a 1-1 draw as the St. Andrews Football League continued on Sunday. Shakim Richards put Halifax ahead in the 41st minute. However, a goal in the 54th minute from Kelly Panchu brought the equalizer. In the second game on Sunday, Santos FC edged out MSO Exodus 4-3. Kyle Modu scored a brace to put MSO Exodus ahead at the end of the first half. goals in the 34th and 40th minute before Santos FC rebounded via goals from Akil Lalit, 48th minute, Jake Rennie in the 54th minute, and the 54th and 74th minute, and Leon Braveboy in the 72nd minute. Darren Modu converted the 85th minute to cut the deficit to 4-3. That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Less than a month after her husband, Jovenel Moise, was assassinated, his wife, Martine Moise, has hinted at the possibility of contesting the elections for the president of the country. We get details in this report.
And the wife of the assassinated president of Haiti, Martine Moise, has hinted at the possibility of contesting upcoming elections. She wants to be the next president of Haiti. Mrs. Moise tells the New York Times that her husband had a vision, and Haitians are not about to let it die. She tells the paper she is seriously considering a run for the presidency once she undergoes surgeries on her wounded arm. The First Lady was wounded during the gun attack on their private home in Port-au-Prince on July 7th. Her husband, Jovenel Moise, was killed during that early morning attack. Mrs. Moise was flown to Miami for treatment after the assassination of her husband, but she returned days before his official funeral. She's quoted as saying that those who killed her husband had come to the private residence looking for a particular document. According to Mrs. Moise, the attackers found it. She could not say what exactly it was. Martine Moise says none of the assassins spoke Creole or French, but only Spanish. She says they communicated with someone on the phone as they searched the house.
Meanwhile, the Jamaica Teachers Association said with the recent surge of COVID-19 cases, it is uncertain if schools can open for the upcoming school year in September. President of the Teachers Association, Jasford Gabriel, warns that it may not happen.
It's not looking good for the reopening of schools. If you look back last time this year, we were still in single digits with the COVID-19 numbers, and we still were not able to open in September. As a teaching profession, we would dearly love a school to be open for face-to-face, and we still are hoping that even against hope, but the signs right now are not very good. Of course, it will be up to the Ministry of Health and Wellness to decide. We are obviously guided by the World Health Organization. We have to look at reproductive rates, positivity rates.
He said the government also has to state its plans for the vaccination of students.
When we had face-to-face instructions, almost 100% of the cases of the COVID-19 pandemic was among students, asymptomatic in nature, rapid spread because of transport issues and gathering issues. And so even if all teachers are vaccinated, and we continue to encourage our teachers to get vaccinated, how is it we are going to treat with students who are not vaccinated, the transportation issue, the spread if it begins within the institutions? We still will have to close anyway.
Internationally, China's Wuhan city will test all of its 12 million residents for the coronavirus, an official said on Tuesday, after the place where the virus emerged in late 2019 confirmed its first domestic case of the highly transmissible Delta variant. We get details on this report.
China's Wuhan city will test all 12 million residents for the coronavirus. That's after the place where it emerged in late 2019 confirmed its first domestic cases of the highly transmissible Delta variant. Wuhan had reported no local coronavirus cases since May 2020, but on Monday, authorities confirmed 3 new cases of the Delta variant. The vice director of Hubei's Provincial Disease Control Center says these were linked to infections found in Huai'an City in Jiangsu province. The outbreak in Jiangsu is believed to have begun in the provincial capital of Nanjing, with the Delta variant most likely introduced on a flight from Russia, according to officials. Since then, numerous cities in southern China and a few in the north, including Beijing, have reported infections. But it was not immediately clear if all of these cases were of the Delta variant or if they were all linked to Nanjing, as some authorities have not disclosed conclusive results of their virus tracing efforts. The Delta variant poses new risks for the world's second biggest economy as it spreads from the coast to inland cities. Authorities in numerous cities have launched mass testing to identify and isolate carriers.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Cholana Charles. Thank you for joining us.
Let's recap the headlines. The Royal Grenada Police Force prepared to work with citizens as the nation anticipates another Olympic medal on Thursday. St. Patrick West MP urges constituents to ensure no Jab Fest 2020 repeat. The Grenada Movement becomes Grenada's newest political party. Opposition leader Tobias Clement analyzes the national address delivered by Dr. Keith Mitchell, Prime Minister of Grenada. And in Around the Globe, widow of Haiti's assassinated Prime Minister announces her bid for elections. And coronavirus Delta variant pushing China's Wuhan city to test all residents. In sports, Melanie Rodney bows out of the Olympics while world javelin champion Anderson Peters and decathlete Lyndon Victor are set to take the stage. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.